Welcome! So today we're going to create something in Adobe Illustrator to use on the Glowforge. You can find Adobe Illustrator when you click on the window sign on the left bottom and just start typing Adobe. It should show up here on top. You just open it up and then this window will pop up. If you have points here, we definitely want to change this to inches. The board I'm working with today is a 12 by 12 inch board, so I leave these measurements. You can change that to whatever you prefer it to be. I hit create, and here's my artboard. The most important tools are on your left hand side and on your right hand side. Before I get started in Illustrator though, I am going to find a silhouette of, let's say, a baseball. There we go. All right, I think that first one looks very nice. I will be making a keychain and a couple earrings with this design. So I right click on it and go copy image. I go back to Illustrator and press Ctrl V. That inserts my image into Adobe Illustrator. It's a little big, so I'm going to change the width. I lock the proportions, and I'm going to change the width to 3 inches. Actually, to work with it, I'm going to keep it a little bigger. And then the first thing we want to do, this is a pixelated image. We want to change the pixels into vectors. So I will image trace this image. If it's not down here on the right hand side, you will have to go to Window and open up your image trace. Once that's open, you hit as a preset. We only want black and white, so we go to default. After we trace it, and we think it looks pretty good, we can go and expand our image. It's a pretty big image, so it needs to think a little longer. Perfect. So we expanded our image. Now you see you have a bunch of separate pieces to your object. So we want to click off our design, back on that second arrow, and mark everything that is not part of our design. I'll zoom out a little bit. You can zoom by pressing Ctrl and Alt at the same time and scroll with your mouse. I'm going to move that over so I can see actually I still have some white parts that I don't want to be part of my design. So with the second arrow, I click on all the white parts and delete the pieces that are not part of my design. I see there is something gray in there. Plus I have a bunch of like little pieces in my design. So I'm going to mark everything I have here. Just pull a square over it and hit the Unite button. It's in Pathfinder. Again, if you don't have Pathfinder, go to Window and open up your Pathfinder. So we mark it all, hit Unite, and now it should be all one piece. I'll bring it back to my artboard. As it's going to be a keychain, this is going to be engraved, and I want another circle that will be cut out of my board and a little circle that be cut out of my board so I can actually put a keychain on my design. If you hold down your mouse, you get multiple things that you can select from. So I'm going to make an ellipse tool. Hold the shift button to keep the proportions, and I pull a circle over my design. I'll just change the color for visibility. Right click on it, arrange, send to back. I can mark both of them and align them vertically and horizontally. That looks pretty nice. I'm gonna make a second circle, hold the shift button, and my hole is gonna be right here. For visibility again, I'm going to change the color. That looks pretty good. Looks like a nice keychain. I want to know how big it is right now because I want my keychain to be 2 inches. Right now it's close to 5 inches. So I just change the width to 2 inches and hit enter. It looks to me like that circle should be a little further up. And then we'll proceed to the Glowforge. Before we do that, hit File, Save As, save on your computer, and you can just save it in your downloads under baseball keychain. And we don't want it to be an Adobe Illustrator file. You want it to be an SVG file. Save. Okay. If you don't work on a computer, by the Glowforge, you will have to drag it into your Google Drive and download it by one of the computers by the Glowforge. See you there. Once you saved your design as an SVG file, you're going to head to app.glowforge.com and sign in with the credentials that you can find on that sticker underneath your screen. You want to create a new design, and we'll just start with a blank design. First thing you want to do, you want to connect your Glowforge app to the right Glowforge. As you see, I'm connected to the woodshop right now. I want to be connected to the Glowforge. You can see my board that's already in the Glowforge. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit the import artwork button, upload. In downloads, that's where I saved my design. I go to baseball keychain and open. Here's my design. The material that we'll be using is medium draft board. If it doesn't pop up here, you can just start typing draft and then choose medium draft board. All the settings, standard settings usually, are on engrave. The first part we definitely want engraved. My second circle I want to be cut. And my third circle, I also want to be cut. Cut lines are always orange. Engravings are blue. The other setting that we could use is score. That shows up purple. In this case, we do want to cut. Before I hit ready to print, please make sure to not waste material. Bring your design in a corner and then hit print. Once you hit print and the time shows up, how long it's going to take, and your board hasn't moved or your design hasn't moved off your board, then you can hit the blinking button on the Glowforge. If you have any questions, just let me know.